What is up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. Guys, we have a special edition Kurt Busch diecast in the studio. I'll be talking about what makes this diecast special, but we're going to be doing a review on it. It's the 2004 Irwin Tools Ford Taurus from Hot Wheels. Let's go ahead and check it out. All right, folks, here we go to today's diecast review. So usually I've been trying to do the card back ones, right, so we can do the full diecast review on it. This is more of an uncommon one, and in fact one I probably wouldn't recommend opening up because it is kind of getting a little bit rare to find. And that's what we're going to talk about here. What makes this diecast special? Bam! This logo right here, the inaugural Nextel Chase of the Cup logo. So I had this diecast for the longest amount of time, for over a decade, and I had it loose, right? I thought that this was just a commemorative decal they put on maybe all the Hot Wheels cars from, 2004 for the inaugural Chase of the Cup. But apparently, this was only done to Kurt Busch's car from what I can tell. And the reason why they did so is because he won the championship. This was actually probably released in early, maybe mid-2005. It is the 2004 diecast mold. Yes, I know it says 03, but they used the same one for 04, I believe. 05, they would get a retool, I think. Anyways, so this is basically a commemorative version. There's another version of this car it's made that doesn't have the Decalid decal. I think that one's a little bit more common. So this is the better version to have. So we're going to go ahead and jump right to it. Got Irwin Tools right there on the hood of the diecast. Just look at this color code. Again, I got this car used a decade ago, guys. And it was this shiny when I got it. 10 years later, it's still this shiny. This is automotive grade clear coat. It has to be. There's no other answer to it. That almost every single Hot Wheels car I have seen has a unbelievable amount of shine. It has to be an automotive grade clear coat, like some DuPont grade stuff or something. Got Irwin Tools there. Go to the front of the diecast. Got Taurus. Got your Ford logo. Number 97, Sunoco, Moog, Clevite, Comp, Simpson, Edelbrock, Wix air filters. Go to the left side of the car. Now, one thing I find extremely interesting with this paint scheme is there is no Nextel Cup logo right here. So the guy wins the championship of the Nextel Cup series, but there's no Nextel Cup logo. I'm not sure what craziness caused that, but that's really interesting. And I think this is the 2004 paint scheme. It could be a 2005. If it is, I'll try to edit it in. The packaging says 2004. It looks like a 2004. I don't know. I'll have to triple check because the 2000s era was really weird about that. You'd have a diecast that looks like a certain year. The packaging is a certain year. It's released in that certain year. Turns out it wasn't even, ran that entire season. So they made things very much early in advance. So it's always good to double check. You have, what decal is that right there? Something building together. Have no clue. Got Kurt Busch right there. B-Post decal. Got Oscar Mayer Coca-Cola champion. I'm not sure what those other two logos are. See Ford Racing. Got number 97 Irwin. Vice Grip. Gillette Young Guns. Linux. What is it? Pennzoil. SKF. Aramark? Mac Tools. No Nextel Cup Series logo, which is interesting. You got Gatorade. Automator. Spicer. What is it? Mechanics Wear, Aero Coupe, Nomex, EA Sports, Mac Tools, Jessel, Bowman, Comp, Holly, True Valley, 3M, and two other contingencies. I think one's Goodyear. You got the Goodyear logo there as well. Go to the back panel of the diecast. Again, it's a used one, so you got a few paint chips here. You got Irwin Tools in the back panel. Just look how shiny these cars are, man. That's why I say Hot Wheels diecast, in my opinion, with the greatest NASCAR diecast ever made. I'm telling you. These things have been played with, tossed around, left outdoors, and the clear coat still holds up. I'm not saying this particular car, but I'm just saying I've seen so many Hot Wheels cars in my life from the NASCAR line. Let me tell you, these enamel-style clear coats they started doing, I think, around 01, maybe year 2000. It's just insane. It's pretty much insane. It's basically the same level of clear coat, probably even a little bit better than what Action would do what they called the pit stop line in 2007, right? They would do that for like 05 and 04 and 06, but it was only the Action clamshell style paint schemes. If you take a Winter Circle diecast from 2005 of Jeff Gordon, you'll see a difference between the Winter Circle one compared to the Action one, which is like a plastic clamshell you would open up. The clear coat is significantly thicker on the Action one The Winter Circle one is not. They did this all the way up till 2010 when they officially... Yeah, I know my hands are dry. Bear with me. Hey, I clean my hands before I do any of these reviews, guys. I always, use Dawn soap and whatnot. I got a little bit of a mark right there on the right panel. I think that's a factory error because there is one on the hood. There's one right there, so that's unfortunate. But I mean, think about that, though. They would do this type of clear coat up till 2010, and then they kind of combined the Winter Circle with the Action line. And we have yet to see this style clear coat since then, pretty much. I'm just saying, for something that is, literally been played with. I mean, I've seen hundreds of these diecasts, right? And they're almost all in this same shape. The only way you probably would get it to not look like this, you'd have to literally, probably leave it in the sun. That's maybe not even that would do it. Like, it might, make the fading and stuff, but it might still be shiny. Who knows? Got the number 97 right there. And then you have the 2004 inaugural NASCAR Nextel Cup Series chase for the Nextel Cup. So, in other words, this is basically an unofficial championship diecast. And on the card back, it basically shows a brief breakdown of what the Chase of the Cup is. 10 drivers, it's like 10 drivers, 10 races, something like that. Anyways, and it showed all the different drivers that were in it after Richmond, which was the cutoff race, the last race before the Chase. That was a big thing back in the 2000s. And then it said Kurt Busch had the most points after Miami, and that he won the championship, and that this was an exclusive diecast for Hot Wheels, which at the time, Kurt Busch and his team was signed to Team Caliber and Hot Wheels to have his diecast produced. So Team Caliber didn't get this one, I don't think. That's all for now, fellas. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And yes, the tires are rubber or synthetic rubber. I call them rubber tires. They're probably made of something, something crazy else. I don't know what they would be, but that's what they traditionally do. It's like synthetic rubber for the tires. But I love these Hot Wheels cars, man. They are literally my favorite NASCAR diecasts that have ever came out. I love COTs, right? I love all the Action Winter Circle diecasts, but there's just something about looking at a car that is used and it has a clear coat like this. I'm telling you, it blows my mind. I'll even bring in another diecast to prove this clear coat theory even more. Look at this, fellas. I mean, both of these cars I got a decade ago, and look at the clear coat. I mean, it blows my mind. These things look brand new out of the factory. These look like 2025 diecasts. That's how shiny they are. Incredible stuff. And, I mean, to be honest with you, the clear coat on these are better than the highest, best RCCA Elite 164 from the 2000s. That's how crazy it is. Those clear coats are good, but they're nothing like this. And what's fascinating is both of these are 2004 cars. The Greg Biffle one actually won at Michigan in this paint scheme, but the paint scheme was released so early that they changed it up a little bit. So if you're wanting to make like a raced version of it, this is not actually the real paint scheme. It's definitely a little bit different. So that's unfortunate, but it's an awesome looking car though. But I mean, I love these freaking Hot Wheels cars, man. And there's so many of them out there, There's so many of them out there. All over 2001 is where I like to pick up the Hot Wheels cars. The ones before them, they were kind of heavy. Like year 2000, they would have metal bases, right? So they were really heavy. 2001, that was, I think, the best year for them to start out with. Because 2000, 99, 98, they were making a lot of changes. This is the best Ford diecast mold. If you're like, you want the most realistic Ford Taurus diecast mold out of every single 164 I've seen. I've seen all the diecast molds. I've held them, looked at them, whatever. Let me tell you, this is by far the most realistic one that was ever produced in the 2000s. The Action Winter Circle ones, they were a little bit narrow, right? And they just didn't look right. Like the front of it looked very like compact, right? This one looks more like a 1.5 mile car. Like the car's just a fraction wider. It looks like it's an actual bullet. It's designed to cut through the air. The Fords were extremely aerodynamic because the whole front ends on them cars were literally like a bullet, right? And this is basically a great example of that. When you look at the Team Caliber ones, I'm going to be honest with you, they are the most inaccurate ones I've ever seen. I'm just keeping it real. I know some people love them. That's fine, right? There's a lot of nostalgia out there. But in terms of just die-cast mold accuracy, set the nostalgia to the side, by far they are well off. And then you have the Racing Champions one, which is actually probably the second best one. I would actually say in terms of accuracy, even though I'm not a fan of the Racing Champions quality of metal, it is the second most accurate. But by far the Hot Wheels one. The best combination, in my opinion, would be to take the Hot Wheels body, windows, and then the interior, and then swap out the wheels with a Action Winter Circle diecast. The problem with that is the Hot Wheels bases here. I'm just giving you all kinds of details. The way these axles are installed, there's a little plastic flap, right? And it's 20-year-old plastic, right? That plastic gets very fragile. So by the time you peel it back and take the axles off, right? That plastic, you've already bent it. You've already stressed it, right? It hasn't moved in 20 years. So you could only change out the wheels so much before that plastic is compromised and it won't roll at all. That's the only thing holding this thing in place. If not, this thing will just rattle around. And in fact, if you have a Hot Wheels car that rolls like crap, that's probably why. Those little plastic hinges, that's really what they are. They're very weak, unfortunately. They were never designed to be kind of taken apart. So in all honesty, you might have to buy a whole new chassis just to fix that. It's crazy. To add some comparison to this, I'm a dork about this stuff, trust me. Here's a traditional Action Winter Circle chassis. This is a 2010s model. Yeah, it's a 2021 Mustang. The axles on these would actually sit in these little notches and they would just roll. No problem. The Hot Wheels ones are different. They have a hinge. They have like a little area where the axles will recede into, but they have a hinge that locks them in. So they're kind of independent. It's a very different way of doing it. I haven't seen any other diecast 164 NASCARs do that, and probably for good reason, but my point is that's the most accurate combination, in my opinion, the Action Winter Circle wheels with the Hot Wheels body, windows, and interior. That's just my honest opinion. Thank you all for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And for all your new diecast shopping needs, make sure to tap it over there to Circle B Diecast, fellas. Make sure to use promo code Diecastbuffet, and you can save on shipping over there. Make sure to tap in. That's all for now. Diecastbuffet signing off.